I know that in this room, and for those listening from afar, there are souls exhausted from trying to be strong. There are cries that cannot be uttered. There are. Why? Questions to which the answer seems to be the silence of heaven. Perhaps you're grappling with the unsettling sight of injustice, the apparent prosperity of the wicked, or the quiet despair that whispers about the futility of doing good. Your heart might feel a gnawing sense of frustration, seeing those who disregard integrity seem to flourish while you struggle to hold on to your values. I understand that unsettling sensation of feeling a deep unfairness, of longing for a clear demonstration that good truly triumphs over evil. My heart goes out to all who are silently enduring this profound struggle with the perceived imbalances of life. But I want us to discover a liberating truth together. God doesn't demand a cheerful song when our hearts are shattered. He offers us a sacred songbook, and within it are the very notes of honest lament, righteous indignation, and unwavering trust in His ultimate justice. He gives us the unwavering promise in Psalm 34-18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. He doesn't shy away from our mess. He draws near to it. Consider the ancient prophets who, even when witnessing widespread corruption and oppression, held fast to the belief in God's eventual vindication of the righteous. They remind us that our frustration can be transformed into a deeper reliance on His perfect timing and judgment. We won't shy away from difficult emotions. Instead, we will learn to transform our very sighs into a prayer, an authentic melody before God. This journey isn't about finding a quick fix, but about finding a voice for your soul. This week, as a step of faith, find one verse from a psalm that perfectly describes your current feelings and read it aloud each morning. Let it be the opening note of your own honest conversation with the divine conductor. Now that we've found the first notes to express our inner turmoil, let's explore how the Psalms transform those laments into a powerful dialogue with God. Psalm 37 begins with a crucial exhortation. Do not fret because of evildoers or be envious of those who do wrong, for like the grass they will soon wither, like green plants they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. This isn't a passive dismissal of injustice, but an active choice to fix our gaze on God's eternal perspective. It's an unwavering promise that the fleeting success of the wicked is no match for the enduring faithfulness of God. Proverbs 3-5-6 echoes this wisdom. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. He is our steady rhythm, guiding us away from the chaotic cadence of anxiety. My heart resonates with anyone who struggles to reconcile the temporary flourishing of evil with the unchanging principles of righteousness. Consider Joseph, sold into slavery by his jealous brothers. He could have fretted, grown bitter, and sought revenge. Instead, he consistently chose to trust in the Lord and do good, even in the direst circumstances. His unwavering integrity, even in a foreign land and unjust imprisonment, ultimately led to his elevation and the salvation of his family. His story powerfully illustrates that God's plan unfolds not through our anxious striving, but through our faithful perseverance. As a step of faith this week, when you feel the urge to fret or envy, intentionally pause, take a deep breath, and whisper, I will trust the Lord and do good. As we delve deeper into the orchestration of Psalm 37, we discover the profound peace that comes from resting in the Lord and waiting patiently for His promises to unfold. The psalmist instructs, take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord, and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. This passage is not a suggestion for passive inaction, but an invitation to active, faithful waiting. It's an unwavering promise that when we delight in Him and commit our paths to Him, He will act on our behalf. Isaiah 40-31 gives us strength, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. He is the patient conductor, orchestrating our vindication in his perfect timing. Perhaps you've grown weary of waiting, feeling like your prayers go unanswered, or that your efforts are fruitless. You might be struggling with the temptation to give up, believing that genuine rest is an impossibility in your current circumstances. I understand that agonizing tension of longing for resolution while being called to patience. My heart aches for those who are struggling to find stillness in the midst of their storms, feeling pressured to produce results rather than trust in a divine timeline. Consider Abraham, who was promised descendants and the land, yet waited many years for the fulfillment of these promises, facing trials and doubts along the way. He was called to be still before the Lord even when circumstances seemed to contradict God's word. His story demonstrates that divine promises often unfold, not instantly, but through a season of faithful waiting and persistent trust. His patient endurance ultimately led to the miraculous birth of Isaac and the foundational establishment of a nation. As a step of faith this week, identify one desire of your heart that you've been striving for. Then, intentionally commit it to the Lord and practice being still for 5 minutes each day, simply trusting that He will act. Continuing our melodic journey through Psalm 37, we clearly distinguish between the temporary fate of the wicked and the enduring security of the righteous, who are under God's watchful care. The psalmist states, "The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for He knows their day is coming." The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. This is a stark portrayal of divine justice at work. It's an unwavering promise that while the wicked may seem to triumph for a season, their downfall is certain, and God's hand is always over the righteous. Psalm 1-6 declares, "For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction." He is our fortress, our shield, maintaining the harmonic balance of His moral universe. Perhaps you've been the target of malicious gossip, unfair criticism, or outright aggression, making you question the value of maintaining your integrity. You might be struggling with the temptation to abandon your principles just to fit in or avoid conflict. I understand that pressure to conform, the feeling of being vulnerable when you stand for what's right. My heart goes out to those who are striving to live righteously in a world that often rewards cunning and compromise. Consider Daniel and his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They refused to compromise their faith, even when faced with the fiery furnace or the lion's den. Their unwavering commitment to righteousness seemed to put them in immediate danger, yet God supernaturally protected them, demonstrating His power over their adversaries. Their stories are powerful testaments to the truth that God watches over the way of the righteous, ultimately turning the schemes of the wicked back on themselves. As a step of faith this week, when you face a choice between what's easy and what's right, choose righteousness, trusting in God's ultimate protection and vindication. We have journeyed together through the harmonies of confronting worldly anxieties, embracing patient trust, discovering the deep peace of resting in the Lord, and witnessing the steadfast protection of God over the righteous. From the initial dissonance of human frustration to the harmonious certainty of divine justice, we have found that God orchestrates our lives towards a triumphant symphony of salvation and security. You have been led from the unsettling notes of perceived injustice to discovering your own vibrant song within His unwavering love and ultimate victory. Now, let us together declare a collective confession of hope. Though the melody of my life may waver, I still believe You are the conductor. Though I may not see the light, I still believe You are my song. Lord, You are my strength and my psalm. You are my deliverer, my defender, and my eternal salvation. I invite you now to find your rest in Him, allowing the divine conductor to reharmonize your soul and grant you His profound peace. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. May He grant you strength in your weakness, solace in your sorrow, and a renewed song of hope that echoes through every season of your life. culminating in his ultimate, glorious salvation and your unending praise. May his peace fill every chord of your being,